and we dropped it. But when we dropped it, I didn't drop it quite fast enough, and my fingers, these 2 fingers, got caught in between the limb of the tree and the stone wall, and they literally got like guillotined off. They were cut off. And my dad was like, this is disgusting, but my dad was like crawling around the grass, literally looking for my fingers. And he tells me, he goes, back to the house, get back to the house, we're gonna figure it out. And when it first happened, I held my hand and I was like, I'm totally fine, there's nothing wrong. And I take my hand off and I was like, I don't have any fingers. And so I get back to the house, my dad comes, literally has my fingers in like a plastic sandwich bag and takes me to the hospital. And this doctor sees me and he's like, okay, well this isn't good. And they take me back and they put little pins into my fingers and they connect them back onto my hand. But for 6 years, I couldn't feel those fingers and I couldn't move them at all. But I also couldn't feel the entire right side of my hand or up my arm to my elbow. And last night after dinner, because Jesus is good and he can do whatever he wants, wherever he wants, whatever he wants, wherever he wants, I can move them. Up to my arm, and they used to be discolored, and they're not discolored anymore. Yeah. And I literally like almost knocked a coffee cup over this morning because I have 2 new fingers that I'm not used to, and they're awesome. And I praise Jesus. And there's a part of this testimony that I didn't share when I was originally telling it. I was radically healed like 3 years ago from a genetic disease. It was a connective tissue disease, and when they first put my fingers back on, they said there's like a 95, 96, 97% chance that these actually aren't even going to reattach your body. And when they did, they said it's a miracle. Wow. And then I got healed, and that was a miracle. Wow. 3 years later, and then 2 years later, I got healed again, and it was a miracle. And guys, God can do whatever he wants, and when he starts, he's going to see through to completion.
That's right. Yeah.